My name's DeWolfe. I have 2 cochlear implants, and my loss was severely profound, so it was like in the 70 to 90 range at the time. And I got 1 cochlear implant in 2007, and I got the second one 3 years ago.
My name is Pinto. I have 1 cochlear implant on the left side, and then I wear a hearing aid on the right side. I was born with a severe to profound hearing loss.
My name is Alanna Kilroy. I have 2 cochlear implants and I have a profound hearing loss.
My name is DeRoche, and I was born with a profound hearing loss, and I've worked as a scientist for the last 11 years, and I'm also a mother of 3 kids.
My name is Melissa Chaikof. I have 2 daughters who were born deaf, Rachel, who's now 30, and Jessica, who's 22, and they were both born profoundly to totally deaf.
So I'm Jessica Chaikof. I received my first cochlear implant in May of 1996 at 15 months old. At the time, I was the youngest child in the country to get my cochlear implant. In 2004, I got my second implant at 9 years old. I have a profound hearing loss that was caused due to Usher syndrome type 1, which causes progressive vision loss, hearing loss, and night blindness and vestibular system issues.
When I just had the hearing aids, there are certain settings that I was very uncomfortable with. You know, just because you hear all these sounds and you can't hear anybody. If you go out to a loud restaurant or a bar or something like that, it was a little uncomfortable. You know, you always have to keep looking at someone to read their lips and stuff like that. And as I've had the cochlear implant, I've gotten way more confident just going out and and also training my brain to listen sometimes. Like you have 2 people on, either side of you, and you're just trying to, all right, I'm not going to look at them and I'm going to listen. And so that kind of has made me more confident all across.
If there had been no option to get a cochlear implant at that time, like, would I be signing right now? And like, when I think about that, I think about how much that would like limit my opportunities today. So for example, I couldn't see myself being a management consultant today. So, because I'm always like interacting with clients on a day-to-day basis, and I think speaking is a big way of being effective, like communication with the world essentially is how we get by on a day-to-day basis.
I had been struggling with the interview process because I found in my particular field there were a lot of international people, and which brings with that a lot of foreign accents. Even though they spoke English, I found them very difficult to understand. But once I was able to hear them better with the aid of the cochlear implant, I was able to break into my field, and my interview was actually conducted with a guy from the UK, and with a very thick UK accent, and I was right there with him.
In terms of academics, I was able to go to the same school as all of my friends, be in the same classroom. Yes, I had a few accommodations, but I was on the same pace as everyone else. And overall, I feel like my quality of life is so much better with a cochlear implant because I love to talk with people. I love to use my voice, and if I had to use ASL, I would feel tremendously hindered by this form of communication.
The benefits, oh my gosh. There's so many benefits. If you haven't lived without one, I guess you can't really understand. Just that clarity, like for instance, with my hearing aids, I never heard the birds in the morning. I never heard the clock tick or the typewriter in an office. And after the cochlear implant, now those sounds might annoy you, but it's new sounds that you never heard before. So I'll never forget the first year after the implant, the birds in the morning drove me nuts. And now I'm able to phase it out. Stuff like that, but just the sounds that you take for granted, I guess. And then for me, like music was a big one. I like music, and not understanding all the words all the time. So thinking you heard it this, and you tell your friends, and then they're like laughing, a joke, having fun with you. You're like, well, this would have sounded like to me.
There's so much richness in this world that we can only access through our hearing, whether it's music, theater. You can get things through interpreters, but it's just not the same if you can't hear it.
Being able to be part of mainstream and the hearing world, I feel like you have more opportunities and you're really part of a community.
For all babies who it's possible for, they should be given the opportunity to hear and speak. You can always choose later to learn a visual language, but that window for learning to hear and speak closes rapidly. By age 3, it gets much harder.
Giving a child the opportunity to hear opens up a whole world of possibility for them. And if the hearing aid do not work for them, or if they have such a severe, profound hearing loss that they need a cochlear implant, then that is just definitely something that should be approached and researched and maybe a road traveled down if it is the right choice for that child. Because there's nothing limiting about them.
I know there's a strong divide between pro and anti-cochlear implant advocates, and I feel like everyone can come together very easily if they would just respect one another, even if they don't agree with their choice.
It's a personal 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 choice.